Hey everyone, so today we're only going to be covering one topic, kind of like we did last Friday, and this is going to be happening more frequently, and I just want to give an explanation as to why that is. I know I've been pretty vague as to why I have been not as active as I was before. Well, the school semester has started, so I'm going to school full time, I'm working part time, and I'm working on writing a book right now and doing the podcast. I also have a debate club that is going to be starting at the end of this month that I'm the president of, that I started at Tri-C, the community college I go to. So I have a lot going on in my life right now, and so it's really difficult for me to give my all on a wide variety of topics. So I'm going to, from time to time, just pick the major news of the day. And the major news of today is President Trump canceling Nancy Pelosi's flight. So yesterday, some of you may recall that the Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, disinvited Trump to give a State of the Union address in Congress. Her reason for doing so is because of the Secret Service and Department of Homeland Security not receiving pay for 26 days. She recommended he just give a written response, as it was once done prior to Woodrow Wilson's presidency, who made the State of the Union address what it is today. Now, in reality, the real reason she's doing this and not inviting him has to do with the fact that the Oval Office address that he gave was well received by the American people and caused a hike in support for the border wall. Also, her and Chuck Schumer will not be able to rebut anything he has to say, even if you can constitute what they did last time as a rebuttal, because it really wasn't. If nothing else, it was a pure recital of what has been megaphone throughout the media ever since the shutdown began. Now, despite this move, it doesn't mean he can't give his address elsewhere, like say the Oval Office, the southern border, or even the Senate floor, being that they have a majority there, and he could just ask Mitch McConnell to invite him to the Senate. I personally think that the Oval Office will be his best bet. He did really well in his first address, and if he does that again, and this time provide some images to further drive home his points, will definitely help win some support for the cause in which the government shut down for. Now, all we can do is speculate where it's going to take place and all that. Meanwhile, Nancy Pelosi, her move didn't go unchecked. Not one bit. Today, President Trump just canceled Nancy Pelosi's flight to Brussels, Egypt, and Afghanistan, stating in his letter to her they will reschedule the trip once the government is shut down. And the best thing of all, I haven't confirmed this for myself, but I can't remember his name, but it's a journalist I follow on Twitter, and he put a picture up there showing President Trump's Instagram and tagging Nancy Pelosi where it says, "Dear Madam Speaker," which was awesome. That, I don't know who she thought she was picking a fight with. This is a guy who doesn't roll over. He's not going to back down or shy away from pettiness. This is the Trump who we're talking about. He's all about that. That's how he became president, because nobody can beat him when it comes to slinging insults or debating in general. So that was awesome what President Trump did by putting her tagging her under "Dear Madam" and "Madam Speaker." So anyway, they said they're going to reschedule the flight after the shutdown is over. Although some may see this as retaliatory, he states this is because they have 800,000 federal employees who are out of a job and out of pay and do not want to prolong them not receiving any money. And this is just another example of why you can't, this man cannot get played. It just doesn't seem like he can, because he, in that statement right there in his letter, called Nancy Pelosi's bluff. She is so upset that there are 800,000 federal employee workers without work, but she's perfectly fine leaving the country for 7 days, making the government shutdown expand another 7 days, while doing so on the taxpayer dollar. Well, as a matter of fact, a majority of Democrats voted against a bill that was just put on the House floor that would have ensured federal employees receive payback for their time lost. They didn't sign it in majority because they stated they won't do anything until the government is reopened. Which, why wouldn't you just go ahead and sign that bill? Show some sort of bipartisanship. They couldn't even do that. I'm telling you, the longer the longer the government is shut down, the Democrats will increasingly begin to fold. It's already evident. They have already begun to stray away. For example, the House Majority Leader, Steny Hoyer, said the following in a Fox News interview, quote, "Obviously they work in some places," unquote. He was referring to a wall there. And then he has another quote in there saying the following: "A wall that protects people is not immoral. I think the issue is whether it works." Right here, we have a leader from the Democratic Party breaking away from other leaders within the party, because Nancy Pelosi has been telling us for how long that walls are immoral. And now we have a majority leader in the House saying that walls aren't immoral if they're protecting people. What I think would have added the cherry on top is if he would have said, well, Nancy Pelosi says walls are immoral. What about the wall around her house? That would have been awesome. He didn't say it. I can understand why he's not going to say it. You have to keep some sort of uniformity within your collective party to ensure more people aren't breaking away. Although, at least we're seeing a leader do that within the Democratic Party, which just gives President Trump's plan that much more credence. That it's even more significant now that people from the left are coming over and saying, hey, the wall isn't immoral, and they do work. So this is really encouraging to see. It's 26 days now. We'll see how much longer this will go. I expect that it won't go for much longer. I don't see it going a full 30 days. I really don't. I could be wrong. I could be way wrong on that. But we already have one leader in the Democratic Party folding. How many more are going to follow? How many people are underneath him? Obviously a lot, but how many people does he have the power to persuade to vote one way or the other? A lot. A lot, right? So if he's saying this could then lead to other people speaking out. Or maybe not speaking out, but in silence, getting ready to vote for a proposal on the wall. And we'll have to see what Nancy Pelosi and President Trump do when they meet to negotiate. I think that it's going to end up in Trump's favor. If the shutdown continues, more Democrats are going to begin to fold because Trump has already said he is not going to fold, and he can't fold now. He's way too far in to fold and then lose this whole battle by not getting the wall. No, he can't. It'll be an extreme loss for him if he does that. So we'll see what happens as this story progresses. And that's all I have for today. Tomorrow, I will have a full episode. I don't have class, so you can expect, at minimal, Monday and Fridays, Mondays and Fridays, to be full episodes. As for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, that's where the most intense part of my week is at. So the shows may be shorter, or on occasion may not happen at all. But I'm going to try and continue to provide the news 5 days a week, or at least the main piece of news that you should know for the day. All right. We will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.